Hello, everyone. Today we are beginning with this book called Magic. The book has also already shown a lot of wonders in my life, and I would like to share the readings with the audience and see how beautifully we can create our life just by practicing simple techniques what Rhonda Bryan has shared with us through this book, the wisdom. I would like to begin reading this book with all of you watching out there. One word that changes everything. For more than 20 centuries, words within a sacred text have mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by almost all who read them. Only a very few people through history have realized that the words are a riddle, and that once you solve the riddle, once you uncover the mystery, a new world will appear before your eyes. Okay, let me just turn off the music. And in the magic, Rhonda Brand reveals this life changing knowledge to the world. Then, on an incredible 28-day journey, she teaches you how to apply this knowledge in your everyday life. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what your current circumstances, the magic is going to change your life. Hi, Manjusha. Uh,
Hi.
if I can-
Hi. Sorry, Shivangi, I was out.
No worries, it's okay. So I just began, I was just starting, and uh, just give me a moment.
Yes.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, okay. Okay, we will begin reading now. Um, I was just, I just began with this and I was looking from where to start, and we are going to start with this, the first chapter. Okay, so this is all about like if people believe in magic or not. And for people who believe that something like this exists, do is something like people having lot of logical brains, putting lot of logics inside them, feels like magic is something that is not, that does not exist. But Rhonda Bryan through this book has shared how beautifully your words, your thoughts are creating your life. And in next 28 days, we will be learning about this through her wisdom, through her book that she has shared with us about how we can create this magical world in our life. Okay, so I'll start reading this, and Manjusha, once this end, like by 10:30, I think we'll end this. So after that, we'll connect and do the reflections. Okay?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, great. So those who don't believe in magic will never find it, of course. Roald Dahl was the writer who mentioned this. Remember when you were a child and you looked at life in total wonder and awe. Life was magical and exciting, and the smallest thing was utterly thrilling to you. You were fascinated by the frost on the grass, a butterfly fluttering through the air, or any strange leaf or the rock on the ground. You were full of excitement when you lost a tooth because it meant the tooth fairy would be coming that night and you would count down the days to the magical night of Christmas. Wow. Even though you had no idea how Santa Claus could get to every child in the world in one night, somehow he did it and he never let you down. Reindeer could fly. There were fairies in the garden. Pets were like people, toys, and personalities. Dreams came true, and you could touch the stars. Your heart was full of joy. Your imagination knew no limits, and you believed that life was magical. There is an exquisite feeling many of us had as children that everything is good, that every day promises more excitement and adventure, and that nothing could ever thwart our joy for the magic of it all. But somehow, as we grew into adults, responsibilities, problems, and difficulties took their toll on us. We became disillusioned, and the magic we once believed in as children faded and disappeared. It's one of the reasons why, as adults, we love to be around children so that we can experience that feeling we once had, even if it's just for a moment. And I'm here to tell you that the magic you once believed in is true, and it's the disillusioned adult perspective of life that is false. The magic of life is real and it's as real as you are. In fact, life can be far more wondrous than you ever thought it was as child, and more breathtaking, awe-inspiring, and exciting than anything you have seen before. When you know what to do to bring forth the magic, you will live the life of your dreams. Then you will wonder how you ever could have given up in believing in the magic of life. You may not see reindeer fly, but you will see the things you have always wanted appearing before your eyes, and you will see the things you have dreamed of for so long suddenly happening. You will never know exactly how everything weaved together for your dreams to come true because magic works in the invisible realm. And that's the most thrilling part. Are you ready to experience the magic again? Are you ready to be filled with awe and wonder every day like when you were a child? Get ready for that magic. Our adventure begins 2000 years ago when life changing knowledge was hidden within a sacred text, and a great mystery is revealed. So, we are going to reveal from this book. The following passage comes from the Gospel of Matthew in the Holy Scriptures, and it has mystified, confused, and been misunderstood by many people over the centuries. Whoever has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has, will be taken from him. And these are big words. Actually, I heard one of the story today only, and I just wanted to share this. So there was like a person. He was an HR, and he was continuously asking for more clients to take. He wanted to take more interviews, and he was continuously requesting for that. And to the universe, he was requesting to the universe, and somehow universe gave like the thastu to that person and said, And the moment it was like Tathastu, there was another person who was in need of a job, and somehow this person landed to that the other person who was in need of the job. So, as a client, this person was willing to take that job, and as this HR was so happy to find a fit resume and was blessed with the grace from the universe. But suddenly, like over 30 days crossed, and when it was like the time to get salary for the client, he said that why to get salary now? You just go away, and you just wait for another 10 days, and maybe you will get that. So somehow he started complaining more about the person, and some other thing happened. So I'm just sharing this story because it makes sense that how universe takes back when you are in not in the mode of giving, and in the mode of abundance. And that's how few people feel that okay, something worked and somehow it did not work because there were in life took over, and you were more complaining and blaming, and something wherein you were not aligned with your thought process of how universe works. So we'll further know more about this, but just an insight of how, if you have an abundant a gratitude heart, you will become abundant. But in case you are complaining more, maybe that can be taken away. I felt more relatable from here, so I shared this. Okay, so moving next, you have to admit that when you read the passage, it appears unjust, as it seems to be saying that the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer. But there is a riddle to be solved in the passage, a mystery to uncover, and when you know it, a new world will have opened up for you. The answer to this mystery that has eluded so many centuries is in one word, one hidden word, that is gratitude. Whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. By the revelation of one hidden word, a cryptic text is made crystal clear. 2000 years have passed since those words were recorded, but they are as true today as they were ever were. If you don't take the time to be grateful, you will never have more. And what you do have, you will lose. And the promise of the magic that will happen with gratitude is these words: if you are grateful, you will be given more and you will have an abundance. From the Quran, the promise of gratitude is equally emphatic. Remember when God proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will give you more. But if you are ungrateful, verily my punishment is indeed severe. It doesn't matter what religion you follow or whether you are religious or not. These words from the Holy Scriptures and the Quran apply to you and your life. They are describing a fundamental law of science and of the universe. So basically, this is an universal law. Gratitude operates through a universal law that governs your whole life, according to the law of attraction, which governs all the energy of our universe. From the formation of an atom to the movement of the planets, like attracts like. It's because of the law of attraction that cells of every living creature are held together, as well as substance of every material object. In your life, the law operates on your thoughts and feelings because they are energy too. And so, whatever you think, whatever you feel, you attract to you. If you think, I don't like my job, I haven't got enough money, I can't find my perfect partner, I can't pay my bills, I think I am coming down with something, or he or she doesn't appreciate me, I don't get along with my parents, my child is a problem, my life is a mess, or my marriage is in trouble, then you must attract more of those experiences. But if you think about what you are grateful for, like, I love my job, my family is very supportive, I had the best vacation, I feel amazing today, I got the biggest tax refund ever, wow, or I had a great weekend camping with my son, and you sincerely feel the gratitude, the law of attraction says you must attract more of those things into your life. It works in the same way as metal being drawn to a magnet. Your gratitude is magnetic, and more gratitude you have, the more abundance you magnetize. It is universal law. You will have heard sayings like whatever goes around comes around. You reap what you sow and you get what you give. Well, all of those sayings are describing the same law. And they are also describing a principle of universe that the great scientist Sir Isaac Newton discovered. Newton's scientific discoveries included the fundamental laws of motion in the universe, one of which says every action has an opposite and equal reaction. When you apply the idea of gratitude to Newton's law, it says every action of giving thanks always causes an opposite reaction of receiving, and what you receive will always be equal to the amount of gratitude you have given. This means that the very action of gratitude sets off a reaction of receiving. And the more sincerely and the more deeply grateful you feel, in the other word, the more gratitude you give, the more you will receive. Manjusha, do you want to read this? Or should I continue?
Yes, I'll read.
Yeah, go ahead.
From where?
The golden thread of gratitude. This
Okay.
is the last
Date,
part that we'll continue. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Dating back thousands and thousands of years to the earliest recordings of humankind, the power of gratitude was preached and practiced, and from there was passed on through the centuries, sweeping across the continents, permitting permitting one civilization to culture to the next. The major regions of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Hinduism all have gratitude at their core. Muhammad said that gratitude for the abundance you have received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. Buddha said that you have no cause for anything but gratitude and joy. Lao Tzu said
Lazu. Mm.
Lao Tzu said that if you rejoice in the way things are, the whole world will belong to you. Krishna said that whatever he is offered, he accepts with joy. King David spoke of giving thanks to the whole world for everything but between the heaven and earth. And Jesus said, thank you before he performed each miracle. From the Australian
Aborigines.
Aborigines to the African Masis and from the American Navajo, Shawnee, and Cherokee to the
Bahe.
Haitians, Eskimo, and Maori. The practice of gratitude is at very root of the most indigenous tradition. When you arise in the morning, give thanks for the morning light, for your life and strength. Give thanks for your food and the joy of living. If you see no reason for giving thanks, the fault lies in yourself.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah. History is laden with famous figures who practice gratitude and whose achievements put them among us the greatest human beings who have ever lived. Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King Jr., the Dalai Lama, Leonardo da Vinci, Plato, Shakespeare, Aesop,
Aesop.
Aesop, Black, Blake, Emerson, Dickon, Prost,
Descartes.
Descartes, Lincoln, Jung, Newton, Einstein, and many, many more. Albert Einstein's scientific discoveries changed the way we see the universe. And when asked about his momental achievements, he spoke only of giving thanks to others. One of the most brilliant minds of all time thanked other people over 100 times a day for the work they have done. Is it any wonder that so many of life's mysteries were revealed to Albert Einstein? Is it any wonder that Albert Einstein made some of the greatest scientific discoveries in history? He practiced gratitude every single day of his life, and in return he received many form of abundance. When Isaac Newton was asked how he had achieved the scientific discoveries he made, he said that he stood on the shoulders of giants. Isaac Newton, recently voted the greatest contributor to science and humankind, was also grateful to those men and women who lived before him. The scientists, philosophers, inventors, discoverers, and prophets who practiced gratitude reaped its results, and most were aware of its inherent power. Yet, still, gratitude's power is unknown to the most people today. Because to experience the magic of gratitude in your life, you have to practice it. My discovery, my story is a perfect example of what life is like when a person is ignorant of gratitude and what happens when you make gratitude a part of your life. If I had been asked 6 years ago if I was grateful, if I was a grateful person, I would have answered yes. Yes, for sure. I'm a grateful person. I say thank you when I receive a gift, when someone opens door for me, or when a person does something for me. The truth is I was not grateful person at all. I didn't know what being grateful really meant. And just saying the words thank you on the odd occasion certainly didn't make a grateful person. My life without gratitude was pretty challenging. I was in debt and it was increasing little bit more every month. I worked really hard, but my finances never improved. In trying to keep up with the mounting debts and obligations, I was living with continuous undercurrent of stress. My relationship swing like a pendulum from fair to disastrous because I never seemed to have enough time for each person. While I was what would be termed healthy, I felt exhausted at the end of each day, and I always got my fair share of colds and the latest illness going around each season. I had moments of happiness when I went out with friends or when I went on occasion. But then the reality of having to work harder to pay for those pleasures would swipe over me. I wasn't living, I was surviving from day to day and from paycheck to paycheck. And I wouldn't no sooner solve one life problem than more problems would appear.
Okay, Manjusha, I think we are over the time now, and
Okay.
we will do 10 minutes of reflection. So let me just end it here. Tomorrow we'll
Yes.
begin from here itself. Okay, just give me a moment. Mm, how? Yeah, just a minute. So this is stopped. Okay, hi Nitin.